Hey guys, Brian Baker here, and we're under the hood of the 83 Chevy Malibu family Burnout wagon again, and this time putting in some AC. I'm Brian Baker, commercial pilot, A&P mechanic, and car enthusiast. Come with me as I do some burnouts, fly helicopters, and try not to break anything. Now it's way too hot to be cruising around in Vegas with the kids in the car and no AC. So I ordered up some fittings here from Vintage Air. It's a generic kit for one of their installs, one of their programs, but it came with an assortment of fittings and some hoses, and it didn't have everything that I needed for this because this is a kind of a custom installation. So I had to run down to a local air conditioning part supply store, Auto Air and More, and those guys down there really helped me out. Alright, so step one, you want to kind of sit down and look at some pictures on the internet and come up with your own crude interpretation of whatever your AC system is supposed to look like. It really could hurt you, so consult a professional if you've never done this kind of work before, or you know, the internet wisdom. So I started to do my mock-up already. I ordered this custom piece here off Amazon as well, and here are the two fittings starting up. It's going to go from the pump through my condenser, back out of the condenser, go through an orifice tube into the evaporator, back out of the evaporator into my dryer, and then from my dryer it'll head back over to the low side of the AC pump. And this is applicable to if you did an engine swap, which I did, to a different type of AC pump. Now once you get the hose to kind of cooperate and go where you want, you want to make sure that you're not going to be next to anything that is dangerous, any spinning pieces, and you want to make sure that you have no hood clearance issues, and that whenever you set it up for the next piece, that it's not that it allows for the engine to torque. Now to crimp the fittings, I'm going to use this AC manual hose crimper from Mastercool. I ordered it off Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description to all the items I'm using here. Now I'm not going to go over everything today on how to charge your AC system, and if you would like to see that, there's a link there to charge up your AC system, and also how to convert from R12 to R134A. We have the crimper chucked up in the vise. I've selected number 8 dies for the crimper. They're very simple to put in. We've got the hose here, and I have this one positioned like I want. If we were going to go and do the other side, I would be more careful about which way that I have it oriented, but for the time being, we're gonna slap this one closed, and there's a little mark right here that I'm sure you can't see, and we'll spin it down to that point. I'll pin it up. Alright, and work smarter, not harder. And it looks like a pretty good crimp, and the instructions say that in number 8, which is what we have here, should be 0.83 for the crimp size on the most inboard section, which I can't really get very well. And I have a 0.835. We're going to call that good enough because the type of calipers that I have don't let me set all the way into these grooves, but 0.835 is that's a good crimp. So what I did on this one was I went ahead, just like you're supposed to whenever you do an AC system, I replaced the dryer, I replaced the orifice tube in here. I made sure that the connectors were both in the same spot, kind of like they're in the factory location. The only thing it didn't do that would have been factory was the way I had to run this is a little hokey because I couldn't find a factory made line, liquid line to go all the way around. They have them, but I waited a couple of weeks to get it, and it's too hot right now. So all of the hardware and adapters and line all cost, including the dryer, cost me about $220 here in town. I drove down here on Saturday and grabbed it, and that's not too bad, honestly. Now the things I had laying around the house and the other things that I had to order online, I would assume put this around the $300 mark for the actual job. Now I'm vacuuming it down right now. I've already done the pressure and the leak down test on this one, and both were great. I let it sit for a half hour with a vacuum in it, and I let it sit for a half hour with pressure in it, and it didn't budge. So I'm very, very happy with those results. And next thing we'll see is we'll charge it up and see how it works. Hopefully everything electrical works on it. Alright, so we're inside the car right now, and I got my little infrared thermometer, and I like to shoot it right down the vent and take a reading. Well, that concludes the custom AC line build-up video, and driving around in the family Burnout wagon, and all is good. Nice cold AC. And next I think we're going to work on that headliner that's drooping back there, and stay tuned for that video, because I got a little surprise coming up for that one. We'll see you guys later.